Hello Leafs Nation, I'm Rick Scarborough and you're watching Blue and White Weekly, where we bring you weekly updates on the Leafs and the hockey world at large. I spent this past week on an ayahuasca retreat in the slums of downtown Timmins, but that's not what's important. What's important is we have a brand new week of Leafs hockey to talk about, so let's get into the news. The Leafs had their first prime Monday Night Hockey of the year as they took on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And in one broadcast, Prime managed to outdo the last 11 years of Sportsnet broadcasting. I never thought I'd be the one to say this, but thank you, Amazon. Nick Paul scored a goal in the first for the Lightning that really should have been credited to Simone Benoit's head. Willie Nylander lit the lamp twice in this game and had me so fired up I suddenly developed the ability to speak Swedish. Snälla gift dig med mig, William. In addition to Nylander's tallies, Matthews, Pacioretty, and Nyes all found the back of the net as the Leafs drove out former Vezina winner Andrei Vasilevskiy and stormed away with the win in this one 5-2. The game ended as most games against the Lightning seemed to, with a scuffle and everyone grabbing a dance partner. John Tavares had a Lightning player in an armbar so good, I thought Bret Hart was out on the ice. And Simone Benoit made up for the goal he allowed earlier in the game by giving us not just one of the best moments of the season so far, but maybe one of the best moments of his career, pointing at the scoreboard while Eric Chernak ran his mouth. On the second half of this back-to-back, the Leafs traveled down to Columbus to take on the Blue Jackets. Now stop me if you've heard this one before. The Leafs stomp out not just an incredibly strong hockey team, but a divisional rival, only to get their lunch fed to them by a lottery team the night after. Blue Jackets won this one 6-2. Coach Berube stayed calm in his post-game presser, but I wouldn't be shocked if he went back to the change room and beat each and every one of the players with their own sticks. Skipping ahead in the week, the Leafs were back at home hosting Craig Berube's old team, the St. Louis Blues. When asked by reporters before the game where his Blues Stanley Cup ring was, Berube answered that for all he knew, his wife had pawned it off. Now, don't tell anyone this, but she did. And she gave me a good price for it. The Leafs once again forgot their skates at home as they couldn't follow anything the Blues threw their way. The only Leafs goal of the game came from Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who pots his first with the team, and the boys blew this one 5-1. And then the big one this week came on Saturday as the Leafs took a trip down to Boston for a playoff rematch with the Bruins. Despite a relatively strong effort off and on throughout the game, I think the Leafs' overall play can be encapsulated by this one picture of Mitch Marner. He passed the puck on this play. The game went into overtime, and Austin Matthews' PTSD must have kicked in as he passed the puck to Brad Marchand to score the game winner, and Boston took this one 4-3. A 4-3 loss in overtime against the Bruins. And people wonder why I go to therapy. The boys have a relatively lax schedule compared to this past week, but that doesn't mean it's an easy one. We're traveling to Winnipeg to face the undefeated Jets on Prime Monday Night Hockey, then back home on Thursday to battle the Seattle Kraken on Halloween night. We'll have both those games for you next week, plus so much more, but for now, thank you very much for watching Leafs Nation. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember, keep your stick on the ice.